You're listening to Vocal for Local, brought to you by the Fort St. John Co-op.
This is a special edition of Vocal for Local. Sabrina from School District 60 is joining me right now. How are you doing?
Great today. Thank you.
So, of course, the Fort St. John Co-op is having their Feel Good Days, and proceeds do go to the SD60 band. Sabrina, how are you feeling about that?
Really grateful, not just as a band program coordinator, but also as a citizen. So last year they gave money to the Association for Community Living. We're actually not the only beneficiaries. Energetic Edge Cheer will be getting a portion of stuff from that day as well. So it's just really cool to see a business giving back to the community.
And it's always really good to see that, because Fort St. John it's a very giving community. Whenever a nonprofit organization is in need of money, because either to keep the program running or to make sure kids they can experience music, they all come together.
Yeah, and so for Feel Good Day, it's September 16th, and so it's a great fundraiser because it's stuff people are going to do anyways, because every time you fill up your gas tank on September 16th, money goes to help the SD60 band program. As well, if you go and you get your buy a car wash ticket, you don't even have to wash your car that day. You just buy the ticket. Money from that goes to the band, and from every coffee and Slurpee, money goes to the band. And as a thank you to the customers that support all these local groups, there's also some draws you get entered in if you show up that day. So if you just go up and fill up your car, as you would have to anyways, not only do you know that money from your gas tank and coffee you just bought go to the band kids, you get entered in for I think there was a draw for free car washes or something, and money for a co-op gift certificate. So really good deal. And they'll have a barbecue that day, and like I was saying, all the money from that goes to Energetic Edge Cheer. We have amazing cheerleading program in our town. I don't know if you knew about that, but my daughter's a cheerleader, and I watched the oldest kids and my jaw just dropped. I was like, wow, we just have so many good things in this city. And
there's always a lot of good things in this city, and just seeing people coming to Feel Good Days, they really know that they're supporting something good, because music, they help kids learn, right?
There's so much research. So my position is I'm the coordinator for the SD60 band program, and so we work with kids from grade 6 all the way up to grade 12. And there's the obvious benefits where we teach the kids how to play an instrument and read music, but the benefits go so beyond music. They've done brain studies where they've actually put people reading music and playing music under MRI, like CAT scan, brain scanners.
Oh, yes.
And you look at what the brain looks like in math class, and no offense, but just a few areas are lighting up, or English class, just a few areas. But brain in a band class is on fire. The pictures look like they're on fire. I mean, Google it yourself, right? It's all out there in the literature, but they've figured out that the corpus callosum, that's like this part of your brain that links your right and left brain, it's thicker in musicians, and then that goes to benefit them across their entire life in whatever they want to do. And we were talking too about just that sense of community and social emotional growth that a band program can provide, because not only are they learning the instrument, they're learning it in a group as part of a team. And we're constantly doing mentorship things where the 6s are being taught by the high school kids, and the 7s work with the 8s, and just all this cross grade stuff, so that when they graduate from our program and go out into the world, they have those sort of soft skills, those interpersonal, that sense of volunteerism and community that I think is just so important.
It's like,
in everything.
It's like team building for kids, because,
Yeah.
as adults, we do team building in the office, going to events, but this is like team building for the kids so they can learn that early.
Yeah, and we do all sorts of fun things with the kids. In grade 6, we just do smaller retreats at the cultural center. But in a couple weeks, I'm taking with my teaching partner Nadine Olin. We're taking all the grade 7s out to Camp Cameron for 2 days, where they get to be in the great outdoors and learning archery and doing all these things with their bandmates and learning to play their instruments better. And then, of course, we were invited to nationals in the spring. So
Niagara Falls, right?
Yeah. So everyone from grade 8 to 12 was invited. And so we're taking kids to this big invite-only competition. It's a big deal because there's a lot of band programs in Canada that aren't eligible. You can't just pay to go to nationals because you feel like it. You have to be playing at a high enough level. And I'm proud to say that at Fort St. John, our little small town city, we play at a national level.
And you know what? It's impressive. Yeah, you guys worked very, very hard for this, right?
Oh, the kids did. Yes, the kids did.
You know what? You as well. You help the kids, work very hard, inspire them to make sure to achieve it, right?
Yeah, and they learn all kinds of music. So we do the classical and festival type music. We'll be playing kind of more classical style when we go to nationals in the spring because that's what the competition requires. But this fall, we're doing movies and musicals and metal as our theme. And so our big concert closer in our November concert, everyone 8 to 12, we're going to be playing an arrangement that's all metal tunes. So we've got Ozzy Osbourne and we've got Black Sabbath, we've got The Trooper and all that stuff, and then John Williams and Wicked and Hamilton and just all those fun things.
Of course, it's like Wicked. That's a movie I love, and if you love that movie, it's you really want to be at the show, right?
Well, and music is such a great gateway for some of those bigger conversations too. One of the things I'm going to be looking at with the kids when we compare the music, obviously they'll be learning the notes and the rhythms and how to play it on their clarinet or whatever, but we're going to look at how Star Wars and Wicked are telling the same story. Right. And
music does tell the story. Because when you just hear the soundtrack of a movie, you know what's going on. Like sometimes, when the music is like really slow, it's going to be sad. But when it's like dramatic, it's going to be dramatic, that scene.
Exactly. And we're going to be talking about how music sort of sets the stage for that, and how does music tell the story, and all these things. Star Wars is famous for its leitmotifs. Everybody knows the theme of the good guys, right? Yes. Da 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 da. Good versus the evil. Dun, 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 Darth Vader, right? And so you get to explore these greater social things through music.
And that's why, music isn't just for enjoying, it's for learning, it's for, growing your brain and giving you that knowledge.
And culture. And understanding those things that cross cultures, that good versus evil, the just those societal norms that can cross time and cross space, I guess, in terms of Star Wars. Right?
That's why it's very important, to support Feel Good Days, making sure that the kids, they get to experience music, that every kid in Fort St. John can experience music and, participate in music events like Nationals and Niagara Falls and camp like that.
And it's such an easy way to support kids because we all have to fill up our gas tank and we all need coffee in the morning because, like I said, 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. on September 16th, you fill up your gas tank, buy a car wash, all that money goes to the band, buy a coffee, buy a Slurpee, all that money goes to the band, and grab a hamburger, and why not support the cheer kids while you're at it?
It's always a party there. So Feel Good Days happening on September 16th. Sabrina, before I let you go, do you have anything else to add?
Just thank you as well for being such a community-minded organization. I think one of the great things about being in Fort St. John is we've got things like Moose FM and Co-op just really helping everybody be supported and seen. It's a good place to live.
And Sabrina, I want to say thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks so much.
Join us